Hey guys, it's Heather with Tomatoes, Poppies, and Everything Gardening. And this is a part 2 to kind of follow up on my last ginger video earlier this week. So I let a few little chunks of ginger kind of scab over. So I'm going to plant. I have just 3 tiny little chunks that I'm going to plant in this shallow dish that I have fresh soil in. I've already wet the soil. Ideally you would want to kind of plant, let me put my glasses on, with the eyes or the nodes kind of pointing up, but probably it really doesn't matter all that much, but that is, I think, preferable. So I'm going to do that. There are a couple right here, and I'll just put them about 1 to 2 inches deep. And let's see, this one has quite a few little nodes or eyes on it. And you can really tell just by feeling them. They have a certain feel to them. You can see that little yellowish cream colored growth. But if you rub your finger on it, it has a different texture and feel than the actual skin of the garlic. Okay, I was trying to think. Where do I want to put this one? Because I'm gonna do an experiment with some of the other ginger in that green bowl that we saved. Hold on 1 second. Tonto is scratching the door to get in. Okay, so I have 3 tiny pieces of the ginger in the soil, and what I'm going to do is just cover the holes with about 2 inches of soil, fresh soil, and the experiment part that I'm going to work on is, what do I want to do with all of this ginger that's in the green bowl? So I did not harvest any, but I'm actually going to replant all of these plants instead of taking off any of the new growth. So each piece that I have here in the green bowl has a mother, which is the dark brown. And it's firm. It's not soft at all. It's still, I guess, perfectly healthy. And then the new growth, and that's Tonto growling because he wants someone to either play with him or he wants a dental treat. Tonto, you have to wait. Oh, I accidentally broke off that root. So you can see that fresh growth is the light colored, and then the mother is the dark. So if I wanted to, I could break the mother off and just harvest the baby ginger here if I wanted to eat it, but I have a big bag in the freezer. So I think what I'm going to do, I don't know, what am I going to do? Do I want to plant this one? I was going to plant 2 in this pot. And then I have another smaller, shallower dish that I was going to put just like maybe 1. Maybe like that one. Decisions. And then I'm going to donate whatever I have left to a friend who's going to come pick up the ginger tomorrow, so she can grow her own pot of ginger. And ginger is very, very slow growing in the beginning. The ginger that I started, hold on, let me go see what I want. Sorry. The funny thing is, we are working with this ginger, and Tonto was barking for one of his little ginger cookies, which is kind of funny, I guess. Coincidence? Anyways, so let's see. What do we want to keep? Oh, they all look really good, really healthy. You can see these growth things that they put off. They're really flexible and weird. I looked this up one year. I thought I read something like this was, I don't know, part of like the a water storage system. but they almost look like worms or snakes. So the first year that I harvested this, and it was from some that I had planted in the ground, I saw all these like whitish colored tubes, and I thought they were like snakes or worms. So it kind of scared me. But it's perfectly normal. It's just part of the ginger's growing habit. This ginger right here also has a mother. You can tell it's darker. And I'm pretty sure you can use the mother. I think I read something like maybe the mother might be more potent. But the baby ginger is, you know, very thin-skinned, very nice flavor. So, how about we'll just take this piece. Just take this piece. I'm going to cut off the ginger's growth, the foliage, and I think I'll trim the root. And I think I will also trim the weird thingy that we're not 100% certain its function. Maybe it's a water storage growth. Maybe it's just the way that the rhizome kind of branches out. I don't know. Sometimes you'll see a bunch of these. So I'm going to put this in the center of the pot here. And similarly, I'm going to put it about 2 inches deep. Okay. The green growth poking out there. If y'all could only see how I have my phone hooked to my hoodie. I have no fancy YouTube equipment. All I use is my phone. And I have no tripods, no attachment pieces for my phone. So I do all kinds of weird things to keep my phone where it needs to be to record. It's kind of comical. Okay, so I've got 3 small ginger pieces planted. I've got the one that already had growth with nice roots planted in the center. So that's 4 for this pot. It's probably going to be enough. And you saw how tiny they were. By the end of next summer, come early fall 2023, I would hope with good care, so that would be part sun, well-draining soil, but moist but not damp. They don't want to sit there and soak themselves in water. They just want nice draining soil, but you want to keep it moist. I would expect this whole pot to be pretty full of ginger. I did much better. So this is 2022. So 2021 ginger harvest was much better than this past year, but I've already explained that in the last video as to why I really didn't put a lot of effort into it. So I think I might plant, maybe I'll plant this little baby. I think I might try to squeeze this little baby in here. I don't know. I want to give it all away because I do need to save some for my friend. How about we'll do an experiment with this. So this one does not appear to have the dark mother piece, unless it's this one, but I don't think so. And it does have the little flexible tube thingies on there. But I think what I'm going to do is cut it. So I cut it, and I'm not going to wait for this to scab over. Some people do, some people don't. I've done it both ways. You can see it's got a fresh open wound there, but I think it'll be fine. I'm going to cut off that flexible tube. I'm going to trim the roots a bit. And so this is what we have. So I'm going to look for the eyes or nodes, whatever you want to call them. There's some right in there. So I'm going to put him, see where I've got an empty space, right here. Actually, I think I want to put it over here. Okay, so about 2 inches down, cover it. And that'll kind of be an experiment so that I can see how well this one sprouts, being a fresh cut without scabbing over. Okay, so this pot is completely full now. I don't want to put any more in here. What I'm going to do is put vermiculite on top. Vermiculite will help kind of maintain some moisture. And it's also supposed to help with keeping fruit flies or fungus gnats out of your soil. I can say that I don't think it really works for that. But I do want to keep the soil moist for a wee bit, and I'm going to put plastic wrap over this as well, just because I'm about ready to treat all of my houseplants for fungus gnats. And this soil was sterilized, so I don't expect that there's anything in here growing, and I don't want anything to get in here over the next, you know, few days, week or so as I'm treating all my other plants. So, and also this will help retain the moisture and maybe help the roots start to grow quicker. Ginger is very, very, very slow growing. In fact, last year, and I know you're not supposed to do this, but I did it like 3 times. My ginger was so slow to grow that I dug it up, I think 2 or 3 times just to see if it was growing. And it was, but it was just so painfully slow. If you wanted to speed that up, I'm sure you could put maybe a heat mat underneath, grow lights. I'm not going to do any of that because I want my ginger to take its time. I want it to grow really slowly over the winter and spring, so that once it warms up in the summer, you want it to be above 50 at night to bring your ginger outside. So that's a long ways off for me, so I don't want my ginger just to take off. I want it to kind of do the way it's been doing so I can harvest early fall and then start the whole process over again. So I guess that's about it, guys. I don't know if that was very informative or helpful at all. I hope so. I do think once you get going with your ginger, you will have very good luck. And I will say it took me 3 different tries before I got my ginger to grow. And now I have the same ginger every year. It's just descendants of that original ginger that I finally got on my 3rd try to grow. And it was organic ginger. I had tried buying ginger, I think at like a health food store and a conventional store, and then I ordered some organic ginger. Actually, it was off of Amazon Fresh. It was my 3rd and final try. I was like, this is it. If it doesn't work, I'm not ever trying ginger again. And it worked. And now I've got all this beautiful ginger every year from that same purchase a few years back. So that's it. So I have homes for this ginger, and I've got my own pot ready for next summer. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments below, and I hope everyone's having a great week. I will talk to you soon. Bye.